Hey, welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel. I want to start it with Patrick Henry. He said, guard with jealous attention the public liberty. Suspect anyone who comes near that precious jewel. Nothing will preserve it. Preserve liberty, but downright force. And when you give up that force, you are ruined. So, what would happen if people started using force against people who tried to violate their rights, no matter what kind of clothing they wear? If they wear a uniform, badge, gun, utility belt, come with the authority of the state. Uh, what are they going to do if people start fighting back? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if system audio is set up okay. This is me talking. That's 5.
Want a lawsuit?
And there is the by 5, because we're going to go over Flex Your Freedoms video in a second, his latest release, which is an absolute classic. The thing should have 5 million views when it's all over. Hey, I appreciate it. Also, I want to give a shout out to Tom V from San Antonio, Texas. I just went to my P.O. box. I don't go very often because I don't get much stuff, but when I do, man, you guys are awesome. Check out what Tom V made for me. Look at this. Screw the thin blue line. That's the front of it. That's the back of it. Look at that. Screw the blue. Remember Uvalde, Sonia Massey, Karen Garner, Johnny Wheatcroft, Johnny Hurley, Daniel Shaver, Philando Castile, James Boyd. I mean, the list could go on and on. These cops are constantly earning the hate. So screw the blue. That's from Tom V over there in San Antonio, Texas. And I got something real special, real custom made, because the name of this live stream is Officer Safety is the most important thing. So we have the Officer Safety starter pack. It says so right there. Tell me this ain't custom. Wait till I open this baby. We got some good little items for our scaredy cat officers. Let me just show you. Look at this. It's made with a bevel there. Can you see that? This comes from Jeff K in Mansford, Oklahoma. This is special made. Looks like it was maybe made with a 3D printer, but check that out. All these letters are raised. I don't know if you can see it. So anytime you get pulled over, you can pull out the Officer Safety Starter Pack, because you are very, very concerned, highly concerned, in fact, for officer safety. So what do you guys think is inside? Okay, let me just, what's up, Age? Jeff Peterson's here. Seth is here. Seth says Vaseline. That's cool. Okay, now there are several items in here. I would think there's 8 to 10 items in here, and I did take a peek. Guess what would be included in the Officer Safety Starter Pack? Let me know. Jenna says that's cool. Powell says a tampon. James says Midol. Pacifier and tissue, says Neva. Gloves, Kinsey says. Ointment, pacifier, says Pauline. John Eagle, what's up? Butthurt cream. I love it, man. Somebody has to market butthurt cream. I love that. Butt cream, says Top. All right. We'll just go and open. I was going to wait till the end, but you put a 1 in the room if I should wait to the end. Put a now in the room if you want me to open this thing now. Gloves, a trip to Maui. Yeah, that Officer Safety Starter Pack, I don't think would include the Constitution, though. Now, the reason they're scared is because they don't care about the Constitution. Now, okay, if I get 20 nows in the room, I'll just go ahead and open it now. I wonder what's in here. An acorn. Oh my gosh, that was a good. Hey, what's up, Good Guy Activism? You know, as a matter of fact, I saw one of Good Guy Activism's videos yesterday, and I may go over that in a separate video, but it was a good one. It was a really good one. All right, a lot of people are saying now, God, you guys are impatient. Okay, here we go. Opening the Officer Safety Starter Pack. What's in this baby? All right, let's start with the pacifier. Gotta have the pacifier for all those law enforcement babies. What do we got here? What's this? What's this little product? You brave men in blue. Oh, man, you can't see it because of the green screen. Bunch of tampons for you. What do we got here? What's this? Callus cushions. This is one of my favorite. Got a tube of Vagisil, but we do need to make that butt hurt cream. And we got a spoon, a couple baby spoons to go with the baby wieners. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the green screen's kind of taking all the blue and the green out. Chicken sticks, wiener chicken sticks. You see that? Perfect. What else we got? Got a container of Vaseline. That'll come in handy. Got to have those Band-Aids for officer safety. And somebody guessed it, Midol Complete. Because it is all about officer safety. Remember, officer safety in all practicality from the viewpoint of law enforcers, officer safety is number one. Officer safety trumps unalienable rights. Officer safety trumps the entirety of the Constitution. Officer safety even trumps their own laws. They got to make it home safe at the end of the night so they can get a good night's sleep, refresh themselves, and be the best tyrant they can be in the morning. So thanks to Tom V for the Screw the Thin Blue Line shirt, which says Screw the Blue. Got a couple of occurrences of tyranny right there in the back. That's from Tom V from San Antonio, Texas, and the Officer Safety Starter Kit, custom made from Jeff K in Mansford, Oklahoma. If you guys want to send me something and you want me to display it on a live stream, let me know. The P.O. box is in the description for you. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's start with, we're going to go over Flex Your Freedoms. Last video. Guys, this is a classic. This guy is one of the fastest thinking auditors I think I've ever seen. I don't know if he rehearses these scripts or if he comes up with the drive of nerd, the walk of nerd. This is great. Let's check this out. Put a 1 in the room if you've seen this. If grandma's in the room, let me know.
Yeah, I'm just gathering your details. Muhammad just wanted them. I'm just gathering them.
Muhammad wanted your details.
Frank told me not to give my identification, sir.
I'm investigating a potential crime. I have to identify everybody in this.
That's not true, sir. Yes. Frank says we have Fourth Amendment for.
By the way, before we get started, if you have not subscribed to Flex Your Freedoms, got to subscribe. Let's see, how many subscribers does he have? Let's open this in a new tab. 106,000. Oh, good. He cracked 100,000 subscribers. You got to subscribe to Flex Your Freedoms. I'm going to drop the link in the chat box for you. This guy deserves every view he gets.
Reason.
Okay. I want to work with you.
You want to work with me? We're not hiring, sir. I can't be identified, sir.
So you're being trespassed in the establishment.
You can't trespass me if I'm never on property.
Actually, you don't have to be on the property to trespass. They can trespass anybody.
It doesn't matter. Never was over there. You can't go around to people and say you're trespassed.
I need to identify you.
You might need to learn the law before so. Because guess what? I'm the lead investigator on scene.
I've already said disturbing the peace.
Where's your proof of that? Having somebody call, anyone can call anything. I can call and say that, you know, you're kissing your boyfriend in public and flipping him off and pushing him. It doesn't mean it's real. It doesn't mean anything. That does not give you
the cop's like, how did he know I have a boyfriend?
reasonable articulable suspicion that you deem me of a crime.
Do you want us to press search warrants on your phone?
No, do you want a lawsuit? I'll have your job in a heartbeat, pal.
These guys are used to making threats and people just backing off and rolling over. They are not used to anybody in America pushing back. They're used to getting their way. They're used to getting their authority. They're used to people bowing down because they got a badge out. And it makes me sick.
All right. Well, either way, we need to identify you.
You don't even know what the Fourth Amendment is. That's your problem. You guys all swear an oath to the Constitution. Not one of you knows jack about it. You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. Yes, you do. That's a crime. That's a crime. Have I ever been on property? No. You can't go around trespassing people and violating their Fourth Amendment and getting their names.
Have a Fourth Amendment on public property. You need to stop talking for a second.
You need to stop talking.
You don't have a Fourth Amendment on public property.
I'm in charge here. I'm the investigator on scene. I'm a ma'am. I'm a ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
I was kidding. Now you called me a girl. So that's a double whammy. You had one whammy, now it's a double.
Okay. They don't want you on their
I've never been on it. Go call your attorney or your chief or your sheriff because you guys are dumb. You guys are dumb nerds that don't even know the law or our rights. How dare you? Spitting on the graves of actual heroes who fought and died for them. How dare you? Billy B is back in business, folks. And this video is a really good.
Yeah, I like what Anon Patriot said right there. If you don't respect the Constitution, you shouldn't expect respect from the public. And I would go even further because, you know, there's some things in the Constitution that I don't respect, like Congress has the right to lay and collect taxes. Really, says who? There's a special political class that has the right to steal the product of my time and laboring energies. I don't buy onto that, but I do agree with what you're saying. I do agree with the sentiment that you got to respect a person's right to be secure in his person's houses, papers, and effects. If you don't expect to get respect in return.
You will see one of the biggest walk of shames ever recorded. If you like watching cops get put in their place, this video is for you. Now, this investigation started in Lexington, Nebraska, and I was investigating Tyson's Meat. It's a beef processing facility. At this facility, there is over 3,200 employees, and they just got word 2 weeks ago that Tyson's plant, they're closing. And all of these 3,200 people are going to have to find new jobs. And the population of Lexington, Nebraska is around 6,900. And almost half the people of the population of Lexington, they're not going to have jobs. Buckle in and grab the popcorn. This one's definitely worth watching. We are at a meat facility, folks. We are at the meat facility. I did get word. Ming Ling is inside of this facility, allegedly. She's on the line where they case the wieners and sausages. Oh, it's a Chinese. It's a Chinese. Ming. Hello, sir. I'm trying to find.
It's a Chinese always kills me. It's a Chinese women's is just flat out hilarious.
Somebody. Miss Ling, L-I-N-G. She's a Chinese, sir. She's a Chinese women's. Place her. Place her, please. We need to find the Chinese, and we need it now. Yeah, he said, hey, what are you doing? And I told him, hey, I'm trying to find Miss Ling. And he said, with your phone? And I said, yes, sir. Is Miss Ming Ling a used car saleswoman's? Shit, he flipped me off, double flipped me off. Where is he? Shit, there he is. Hello. We do believe Miss Ming Ling is on site. We do believe she is in this very facility. And it seems to be this gentleman. He knows something. He knows a little bit about something. And I just need to determine what he knows. Used car salesman, Ming Ling? Is that what happened? Forced to work against her will to sell $2,000 cars for $12,000? I think it could be. What are they doing? They're spying.
Oh, yeah. I haven't thought of Milton in a while. We do need more Milton. Does Milton have his own YouTube channel? If he does, we got to go over there and subscribe.
This is what investigators do. We find out the truth. What the hell's going on here? I don't know if they're making secrets. I don't know if they're doing gang signs. I do not know what the hell's going on. Something is going on in here. Shit, Eduardo. It looks like Max Holloway. Max Methaway. He's on the BJ Penn diet, it looked like. They're looking right at me. Looking at me like a ripe apple. They're pointing at me. There's a women's. Ming, she's a Chinese. Chinese? Yes, I know she's around here, ma'am. Are you harboring a Chinese? Miss Ming. Can I come in the facility and investigate it? You do?
Imagine going out of your workplace. Put yourself in these people's shoes. Going outside of your workplace, maybe taking a break, you know, walking in the parking lot. Maybe you just clocked out and you see this guy across the road and he asks you if you're harboring a Chinese women's. You'd be like, what? Am I harboring a Chinese women's? Yeah, she's on the meat packing plant. She inspects the meat online.
Not harbor people?
We harbor cars.
You harbor cars. Have you seen her around these parts, ma'am? Can I come inside and investigate your office?
No.
I just to investigate for a bit.
What?
I just want to investigate for a bit.
Why?
Just to see if you guys have a Chinese women's Ming Ling in there. Frank told me to, ma'am. He told me to come out here. Franklin P.
Harbor Chinese.
You don't harbor Chinese women's. Huh. That's hard to believe, though, ma'am. That's kind of hard to believe.
How is she not cracking up? Are you harboring Chinese women's? It would just give you a laugh reflex.
Oh, we got a snitch over right there. Shit. I just would like to come inside just for a breeze.
No, you're fine.
You don't want me inside?
No.
Can I buy a vehicle tomorrow?
No, you gotta buy a vehicle right now.
I'm too poor, ma'am. I got to make my bread somehow. Frank says if I can find her, I can have plenty of money. I just need to come inside, maybe about 6 to 9 minutes, something, and just call it a day and go home.
Yeah, we don't have a minute.
Can I check your building just once or twice? Can I check your vehicles?
No.
Yeah, that makes me believe like you guys are probably harboring her maybe. I don't know if this is true, it's just my guess. It's called women's intuition. I know all about it. I've read 2 books, and that was about a month ago. So I'm up to speed.
Are you being real? Are you okay?
Oh, there she goes. She's smiling now. That's good. Are you being real?
Huh?
What are you on?
I'm not allowed to speak about it, man.
You're not allowed to what?
I'm not allowed to speak about it.
But you're speaking.
That's because I'm an investigator. I'm trying to get the facts.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm moving into town tomorrow.
You're moving into town. Everybody's leaving town. You should go with them.
I do too, John. We said, it's the police. Please, please.
Am I going?
Out of town with Tyson employees.
And you know what? The psychological operation that he is foisting on them is par excellence, because he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly how to push buttons and to appeal to an outside authority named Frank, Frank Pants. But sorry, I can't do it. Frank says I can't. Frank says that that's not in the Constitution. Frank says that would be a violation of my 4th Amendment rights. It's like the cop is appealing to some fictitious authority. So Flex Your Freedoms is appealing to a fictitious authority named Frank Pants. It's like, my authority is better than your authority. And the cop's like, no, I'm the authority here. I'm the investigator. I'm in control. And then Flex goes, no, I'm the investigator here. I'm the lead investigator.
No, they're going out of business.
Well, you should go with the employees.
Yeah, but they'll go out of business.
It's not in your hand.
This?
Yeah.
This?
Any of that.
This is a binoculars.
What's that?
This is a binoculars.
This is the phones.
And I did
This is-
authorization to record. You're recording of yours?
Yeah, I'm just gathering your details. Muhammad just wanted them. I'm just gathering them. Yeah, Muhammad. Muhammad and Frank sent me out here, ma'am. I'll be honest with you.
Muhammad and Frank. Man, you can't get a higher authority than Muhammad and Frank Pants.
How did you get here?
If Frank Pants enters the room, you guys let me know. Let me know if Flex shows up too.
Well, they dropped me off. They have a Corolla.
You have a Corolla.
Yeah, I'm just trying to gather the facts, ma'am. Please. Please. These are telephones. These are cell phone technology.
Fucking right on.
Yeah, but you were filming me earlier, I thought.
No, dude, I don't film anybody that I don't want.
Yeah, but you need to get my permission, though, if we're going to do that next time.
My husband, I have
Well, don't tell him to film me then. Say, husband, don't film him. You need his permission.
You wouldn't want to fucking film.
No, he does, because I'm the best.
No, we don't have no base.
You can play hardball all you want. I know what I'm here for. I have food if you're hungry.
I don't need them.
I have a little bit of math.
I have a little bit of math.
I said just a little bit of math. We can do something together.
I was on the phone with my husband.
All right, don't be snitching, and we'll call it a day, okay?
Guys, I don't know where he got it, but the baggie of math thing is also a classic. And I got a baggie with a little Coke in it.
There's a lot of Chinese. They've infiltrated, ma'am. That's why. And we need to find Ming. I'm going to need you to comply with this investigation, ma'am. You just need to comply. No, don't.
John Eagle, you need to settle down, man. He says watching this video makes me hornets.
Take my math, ma'am. She's trying to steal my math products. This is not good, guys. This is not good. We do have snitches. You're not Ming. You're not a Chinese. That's not a Chinese. That's an imposter.
You're not a Chinese.
You're trying to be a Chinese imposter.
There we
She's
go.
behind back there. You can't hide for long, ma'am. The truth will always come out. Now, what the hell is she doing? It's a pipe bomb or something. IED.
An IED.
IED.
I'm gonna blow us all up.
You best not be doing that, ma'am. Do not do that. This is not a laughing matter, ma'am.
What's your name?
They call me Billy. They call me Billy.
Billy?
Yes, Billy.
And where'd you come from, Billy?
Well, that Cotton Eye Joe has the same thing. Frank dropped me off. Frank P.
I thought you said Mohammed.
No, Muhammad's who I work for. He wants the
Oh God, Wesley's hornets now. Damn it.
products. It's a play. You snitched. Yeah, right, you snitch. I can't believe you. She snitched on me, sir. Oh, hello?
What's going on?
Well, I'm just trying to find a women's, and she was saying that she's the women's. I said, no, that's not. I'm looking for a Chinese named Ming, M-I-N-G. She said her name's Ming. And I said, no, that's not. You're not a Chinese. And then she's saying she is Ming. And then she was doing something with that. I don't know what she was doing. She's hiding something underneath that thing right there. Yeah, that's what they all say, ma'am. That's very suspicious, though.
So, I'll come talk to you in a second. Yeah, it'll be just a little bit.
Yeah, you snitch.
See what's going on with this.
I seen her call too. I knew.
Man, my cheeks already hurt and he hasn't even torn into the cops yet. This is so good on so many levels.
It was her though.
I think it's criminal YouTube suppression that this thing only has 55,000 views, because seriously, after 24 hours of being up, it should have 1 million views at least. If you agree, put a 1 in the room.
Oh, it was her.
Well, hey, folks.
Yeah, we're live. We're live right now.
Yes, sir.
I just want to know
What's up, Bovis?
I was just looking for a Chinese named Ming, and I know she was around here. I thought she was in the meat packing plant because they said it was around this area. So I went there, checked there. There was a Chinese girl that worked Allied Universal. So that's a security company. They're pretty much like police, like you, but they're kind of like lower tier or dumber, so they can't become that. And she was a Chinese.
Allied Universal is like you guys. It's like you cops, only they're a lower tier dumber.
That was working the front Jack Shack. It's just in the front. So I was trying to get her to come over to verify if that was her. She didn't want to verify, and I can't just go on their property because they say that I'm not allowed to. There's a car parking. So is that Sheriff Douglas?
No. Investigator.
Oh, well, that's what I am, sir. So we're all
Now, why don't cops show up this quickly for real crimes to apprehend real criminals? How is it they have this much time on their hands to mess with a guy who's clearly exercising his First Amendment protected right in a public place?
investigators here. I'm just trying to find the Chinese women's. She said she's Ming. So I'm just trying to communicate with her. And then I think the one that kind of looks like a boy, the girl, she's the one that snitched and called the police. So I'm just trying to get down to business. I'm trying to gather the proper details, and then I'm just going from there because Frank told me to come out here. And Frank, yeah, the car lot that's across from the meat packing facility.
So this isn't where you intended to go.
No, this is the second because
this is tantamount to the clipboard phenomenon. Because if you think about it on a psychological level, it's like you as the person on the scene can absolve yourself from everything because, hey, I'm just doing my job. Frank sent me out here. Frank and Mohammed sent me out here. They dropped me off from the Toyota Corolla, and I'm just here to investigate. That's all I'm doing. Just like these cops. Hey, I don't write the laws. I just enforce them. Hey, I'm just doing my job. I got to make it home safe at the end of the night. Holy cow. Ron Madden just dropped $20 CA. This is great. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate the super chat.
I know it's around this area. I had zero luck back at the meat shop, but I do know they're going out of business. So that's why that's why the Chinese, that's why I think that they would have some illegal Chinese working there. And I do know that Miss Ming is undocumented. I don't know if she's illegal. I don't know if she follows the law, but I do know that she's undocumented Chinese. And then my eyesight's not that good. I need goggles. And she said her name was Miss Ming, so I wanted to walk a little closer to verify the product. And I just asked, hey, can I come over there or can I go in the property? They said no. And I was like, okay, I'm going to zoom in on you then. And that's when the snitch called the cops. And I think she was saying the F word, or the I word, the idiot word. And I said, why are you doing this to me? My name Billy. And they said, I don't care. And then she was planting something. It was very suspicious.
Chevy. Thank you, Chevy.
She said she's planting wires in the ground. They're not plants. You can't plant wires in the ground. They don't grow. It makes no sense. And now they're being very suspicious. And I do know there was 3 men, and they looked like they were doing something together, something inappropriate. And I don't know what it was, but it was by that red vehicle.
Sir, do you have to have your driver's license identified?
Frank told me not to give my identification.
Now look, you notice how they do it. Do you have a driver's license? Like it's real innocuous, like real innocent. You wouldn't have to have a driver's license on you. This is the Gestapo. Make no mistake about it. He is used to people just, oh yeah, sure, you need my ID. Heck yeah, let me get out my wallet. What do you need? You need my library card too? They are so used to getting what they want that they don't know how to handle it when somebody doesn't comply. What if Americans, and the reason I do these videos, the reason I even have a social media presence for Here's the Deal and police accountability is because what if a brush fire to freedom was set in the mind of every American, and we're like, no, you know what? Rights matter. And you're a rights violator. And you know what? That makes you the criminal of society. And what if we all had that outlook and we refuse to comply? What are they going to do? They're going to have to find another game. But right now, it's easy for them to steamroll over us because people just comply. They pull out their ID. They don't think anything about their anonymity. They don't think anything about their data going into an antiquated system that could pull up any myriad of things. You could have, there could be, my name is Brian Young. So there could be 7 Brian Youngs in my town, and one of those could be guilty of a crime. And then they pin that crime on me, put the cuffs on me, kidnap me, take me in for fingerprinting, try to ruin my life. Any number of things can happen when you give over your ID and reveal your identity to these stormtroopers.
Actually, I'm investigating a potential crime.
What's the crime, sir? So investigating is disturbing the peace?
That would be the crime. Nebraska has a state statute regarding disturbing peace.
Yeah.
So I'm potentially, I'm not saying you're in trouble.
Yeah. No, I can't give you ID because I didn't disturb peace, sir.
Well, no.
Their words.
I have to identify everybody in this.
That's not true.
What's he doing? He's putting his authority off onto some authority that told him, no, that's just what I got to do. These are my orders. And because these are my orders and the orders are given to me and I'm just an order follower, I'm going to have to get your ID. It's not because it's not because I want your ID. It's because the person who sent me out here, who I work for and get a paycheck from, that's why I need your ID. You don't understand. I just have to get it. No, you don't have to get it.
Yes.
The phrase says we have.
And by the way, you Americans don't have to give it. Theater of Pain says, thank you for your work. More people need to understand what is really happening out there in the U.S. Amen.
Fourth Amendment for a reason.
Okay. I want to work with you.
You want to work with me? We're not hiring, sir. I don't want to get in trouble neither. I'm the investigator on scene.
You have to identify yourself.
No, I'm just out here that was reporting.
You want to work with me? Sorry, I'm not hiring. Matter of fact, we got to let some people go. You can't work for me.
News and investigating. I don't know what they're up to. They're doing something naughty, though. I assume they are. I can't be identified, sir.
So you're being trespassed from the statute, so we have to...
You can't trespass me if I'm never on property.
Yes, they can.
I was never on their property. I was never over there. That's a lie.
Actually, you don't have to be on the property to trespass. They can trespass anybody.
It doesn't matter. Never was over there. You can't go around to people and say you're trespassed.
I need to identify you.
You might need to learn the law before so. Because guess what? I'm the lead investigator on scene. Reporting the news and investigating is not a crime. You cannot make that into a crime.
What I think is interesting here is usually Flex Your Freedom stays in character. He stays in the grandma character, or he stays in this, kind of stupid mode character. He comes a little bit out of character right now to just slam these cops between their eyes with their refusal to uphold their constitutional rights and honor their oath.
I need to identify you so I can put your name in our system.
No, you're not getting my name until I commit a crime. If I commit a crime, yeah, you can. You're not going to go around trying to violate people's rights that are out here being peaceful and recording.
A frickin' men. Now Flex is getting serious. Now he's putting it back on him. Now the joke's over.
Where's your proof of that? That's not proof. Having somebody call, anyone can call anything. I could call and say that, you're kissing your boyfriend in public and flipping him off and pushing him. It doesn't mean it's real. It doesn't mean anything. That does not give you reasonable articulable suspicion that you deem me of a crime.
That's hilarious what he said about his boyfriend, but it's also true. Hearsay is not evidence. Hearsay does not put a crowbar in your hand to pry me away from my rights and force me to give my ID to you. What was that? Wow, check that out. 5 Here's the Deal memberships from Ron Madden. Thank you, Ron.
Okay. John Doe, I guess. Have you been recording the whole time?
You best believe it.
Do you want us to press search warrants on your phone? Just prove
Do you want a lawsuit? I'll have your job in a heartbeat, pal.
All right. Well, either way, we need to identify you.
Until you reasonably articulate a crime that you suspect me of, you're not going to violate my Fourth Amendment rights. You don't even know what the Fourth Amendment is. That's your problem. You guys all swear an oath to the Constitution. Not one of you knows jack about it. Well, that's true. So what's the Fourth Amendment? So have I. So have I. And you're out here violating that very oath that you swore that actual heroes died for. Yeah, no shit. I know the law better than you nerds.
And they want you trespassing.
I've never been on property. You can't point around and say, hey, trespass that guy. Hey, trespass that guy. He's never been on my property, but I don't like it. So trespassing. You can't do that, you nerd. It doesn't matter. You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. Yes, you do. That's a crime. That's a crime. Have I ever been on property? No.
This cop is just flat out lying. Now he knows he's lying. He was caught and he continues to lie, and Flex Your Freedoms is still laying it on him thick. Guys, I am telling you, this is Nazi, Gestapo, SS, Germany's 1940 territory right here. They are trying to pry Flex away from his rights, and they would do the exact same thing to you. And the question is, how many times in the course of their career have they gotten what they wanted? They're so used to somebody just handing it over.
You can't go around trespassing people and violating their Fourth Amendment and getting their names.
Have a Fourth Amendment on public property that's not, or on private property.
I've never been on private property, you
They
dunce.
don't want you on their
Where? I've never been on it, you dunce.
They don't want you on their
I've never been on it. Go call your attorney or your chief or your sheriff.
Thank you, Chad Firkins. Thanks for all you do. Everybody hit that like button. I appreciate it, guys.
Because you guys are dumb. You guys are dumb nerds that don't even know the law or our rights. How dare you? Spitting on the graves of actual heroes who fought and died for them. How dare you? Yeah, shake your head. Yeah, spit on the grave some more, you dunce.
So you said you swore? Would you?
Whoa, did he just spit? Let's see.
Spitting on the graves of actual heroes who fought and died for them. How dare you? Yeah, shake your head. Yeah, spit on the grave some more, you dunce.
No, he didn't spit. But they are in action. They are actually spitting on the graves of people who thought they died for our freedoms. And I want to be real clear about this. When you join the military, you're joining the military industrial complex, and you're becoming a tool of the military industrial complex and the corporate elitists. You're not working for America, you're working for a corporation, and you're being used as a tool for that corporation. And they don't care if they throw you into war. They don't care if they take you out to test their weapons so you can shoot a bunch of rounds of ammo and launch a whole bunch of rockets so that the military industrial complex and the defense contractors can make more money. You're not fighting for and dying for anyone's freedoms when you become an agent of the military industrial complex. I just want to make that real clear right now. And anybody who's been in the military knows exactly that what I'm saying is the truth. It's the fact. Flex Your Freedoms has been in, and he knows the truth.
So you said you swore? Would you?
Well, now it's none of your business. You'll find out in court. I dare you to violate my rights. I'll have you so fast. You're going to have to find a new job just like those 3,200 in the meatpacking facility. You're not going to violate my rights.
I'm not.
You can go ahead and try, but I will win. And I will have your job, I promise you.
Yeah, that's another sobering way to put it, Montana Kid. He said, are you saying you're a military vet, Montana? Military vet, a complete dupe who fought political wars for crooked politicians. That's what it is. And if you doubt that, look at the book written by Major General Smedley Butler called War is a Racket. He said he as a major general was used as a high-class muscle man for big business. It's not about fighting for freedoms. You think it is, and I think your heart was in the right place possibly when you signed on the dotted line, but once you got in, you realized they don't even want you. They want to tear you down. They want to rip you away from your body, and they want to insert themselves into your mind. They remake you in the mold and the image of the military industrial complex and the corporate elitists and the political parasites who are writing the laws that are sending you off to war.
But go for it, Buster. Swearing an oath to something you don't know anything about. You don't even know the law. Thinking you can go around trespassing anybody that's not even been on the property. Do you have to be on the property? You can't go around and point at someone and say, hey, I want that guy trespass for my property. He's never been on there, but go trespass and violate his Fourth Amendment rights. Go do that because I don't like him. You're dumb. I've never been on their property. Learn the law. Open your phone and read the law. And I'm getting that body cam too.
Absolutely, that's why it's recording.
Yeah, and you're going to look so foolish that you don't know the basics of law. I've never been on the property. Where's your evidence of that?
Just like
Yeah, you can tell me to not come on the property.
I agree with what you're saying right there, Joy, to some extent. Our biggest enemy is our government. Actually, our biggest enemy is us. It's us. Government is just a concept. It's a fiction. Government is the idea that some people have the right to rule others, and those others who are being ruled have the right or the obligation to obey those rulers or else punished. And because everybody believes that, government can continue. The political parasites can continue sucking our life away. So it's really us. The people who continue to go to the voting booths, knowing they're voting for a lying politician, then justifying it by saying, hey, I'm just choosing the lesser of two evils. Well, if you choose the lesser of two evils, you're choosing evil. You're actually saying, I've been demeaned and demoralized to such an extent that I'm going to write my signature, and this is my vote of support and backing, and I'm advocating for somebody that I know to be a liar, one of the most corrupt people walking the face of the planet, a politician.
doesn't mean you get just a free willy violate my Fourth Amendment to obtain my identification when I did not commit a crime. You're not going to, because I'm going to have that ass in court. You're not getting my ID. Go for it. You can give me a verbal trespass. You're not getting my ID. Well, then do it. Do it. You're not getting my name. You're not getting my name. Well, too bad. I'm not letting you violate my Fourth Amendment rights unless you want to pay up in court. You don't know.
I love that. I love that. Read my lips. I am not letting you violate my rights. This is where it stops. It stops. If it has to stop anywhere, it's going to stop with me. Because think about it. Flex Your Freedoms isn't just out there for his rights. By extension, he's speaking for every one of us who don't want our rights violated. If you are of sound mind and you are not a liar, you know that you don't want your rights violated. So here's a guy out here exercising his rights. And here are two guys who walked up to him trying to pry him away from those rights and treat him like he's some kind of slave in the land of the free, home of the brave. And he's taking a stand. And I love it.
What the Fourth Amendment is. What is it? What is it? You are so.
They don't even know. They don't even know. You have the right. They probably they can't even articulate the 27 words of the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And I bet every single one of these cops will take a gun law in their state and they will violate your rights. They'll infringe on your rights. So no, they're not even going to know the Fourth Amendment. They're not going to know the First Amendment. They're not going to know the first word. You have the right to be secure in your what? Your person. That's your identity. It's who you are. And they want you to hand yourself over to them in the form of an ID. It's sick. It's disgusting.
Oh, you guys are so dumb. Am I not allowed to be protected in my persons and my papers? You guys think not. You think anyone can just point at someone and say, trespassing from my property, they've never been on, but go violate their Fourth Amendment rights.
Yep.
I've never been on it, you dork. Do you not understand? How do you not know the basics of law? You need to stop talking. I'm in charge here. I'm the investigator on scene. I'm a man. I'm a man. I was kidding. Now you called me a girl. So that's a double whammy. You had one whammy, now it's a double.
Okay. So we're not trying to get you for crime right now.
He's just outsmarting them on every turn. But the turn that's most important is the plane of morality. These cops have taken a paycheck so they can do immoral things to the rest of us under the color of law. It's a violation of 18 U.S.C. 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. And then they get together and they coordinate an attack against us. And that's a violation of 18 U.S.C. 241, conspiracy against rights. So they conspire against our rights, and then they attempt to deprive us of our rights under color of law. This right here, it's under the color of hearsay. They don't even have a law upon which they even think they're standing. They just, because they've gotten away with it so many times, they just think they have the right to make you insecure in your person.
You're not going to. I don't commit crimes. You're not getting my information. I don't care. You go arrest me, and then I'll have your guys' butt cracks in court.
You have been trespassing. If you go on their
I've never been on their property. I don't care. You're not getting anything from me. Unless you want to kiss, and it's consensual. That's it.
You're not getting anything from me unless it's a kiss, and that's got to be consensual. Hilarious.
If you go on their property, that's when you would have charges against you for trespassing.
Am I going on their property? Have I been on their property? I don't care what you have to write in your CAD. You can go write anything you want. You can say, hey, that big handsome guy with a big wiener in his pants that I was looking at through the pants. You can say that if you want. You can write that in there. It doesn't matter. Write whatever you want. You're not getting my name. You guys aren't going to violate my rights. It's not going to happen. That you just were. You tried violating my Fourth Amendment on a crime that no one's committed. That you admitted no one has committed a crime. Exactly. So get out of here, you nerd. Learn the basics of law before you come up and try to bully your way to violate someone's rights, which you don't even know jack about. And you claim you swore the oath more than one time, then why the hell do you not know jack about it? Why are you just out here trying to violate people's rights? You were a pogue. I guarantee you were a pogue. Weren't you? No, I was not a Marine. And you were, no, a pogue is a person other than a grunt. And that's what you were. Yeah, I know, I can tell. That's why you're so willy-nilly to violate my rights. Think what you want. I've done my service. I've been through shit. You haven't. And I know what the ultimate sacrifice is, and you're spitting on their graves right now. How dare you?
I also know what the absolute sacrifice is.
You clearly don't give a shit about it because you're out here trying to violate my freedoms that they fought and died for, and you think it's fun.
Oh, man, is there an echo, guys? Is there an echo? Let me see. I'm going to play this and I'm going to turn my mic off and you tell me if there's an echo. Somebody said there's an echo.
It's not funny.
I think it's funny that you say I'm violating your rights.
Learn the Fourth Amendment and maybe you would know. Maybe you've got to learn that you have to have somebody commit a crime, be suspected of, or...
All right. Is there an echo? Was there an echo just then? Because I turned my mic off and it's better. Dang. Oh, man. Rose says hello. Thanks, Ripple.
You can't go out and get their Fourth Amendment just stripped away like that, because my ID, that's my papers, that's my persons. You can't just go out there and strip that and be like, oh, they want you trespass, you never were on property. You can't go point at people, I want him trespass, and then go violate their Fourth Amendment, because that's exactly what you're doing.
Okay, again, we're not saying you violated a crime.
I know, and you're not getting nothing. You're getting...
Did you hear what he said? He doesn't even know what he's talking about. I'm not saying you're violating a crime. I think what he's trying to say is, I'm not saying you're committing a crime. Then why are you there? Why are you harassing this guy? Why did you and your partner ask for this guy's ID under the color of law? Because you know what it is. When they're asking for your ID, it's not innocuous. They're coming with the implied threat of force. If you don't give us your ID, something bad could happen to you and we could do it. And then if we do something bad to you, we've got qualified immunity or some kind of, law enforcement nod to look the other way so that we can commit crimes against you under the color of law, which we won't call crimes. They're so pompous. They're so arrogant.
Nothing from me unless a consensual kiss. That is it. And I can tell you want one of those. I can tell why your lips getting wet. I'm just saying, I see it. I see the saliva on your lips. You guys will not be violating my rights today, unless if you want your job taken away and this town to pay me a shit ton of money, which they won't have after half the population of this town got laid off just now.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, and it's going to suck a hell of a lot more when you try to arrest me, because I will be taking that money and I will be taking your job. But go for it. I mean, hey, if that's the game you want to play, go for it. You're just not going to bully me like you guys bully everybody.
Speak for a second. Is that okay?
Maybe. It depends what you have to say.
From that property. We have you on video. We know what you look like. If you go on that property, you will be arrested for trespassing.
All right, that's fine. And I'll get my twin.
Still issuing threats. That's all these cowards know how to do, is threaten and then use force and violence against people who just don't want to participate in their schemes.
Out here, and then you'll have to determine if that was him or me. I don't know how you're going to do that. I could even find a doppelganger. It doesn't matter. I found two people that look similar to me, so have fun with that. I don't know what you're going to write in your little CAD, but make it good, because I will be getting that. You stepped in a hornet's nest and you're not wearing PPE, sister. You should really go home and actually read the Constitution, read the Bill of Rights minimally, learn the first 10.
Happy dinner.
And then continue to go about your day and then say, fuck everyone's rights. I'm just here to do my job. It doesn't matter if I have to violate rights doing my job. I'm just here to do my job.
That is exactly right. I'm just doing my job. Imagine how much evil, how many atrocities have been committed under the excuse of I'm just doing my job. They used it at Nuremberg and it didn't wash. It didn't jive with the justices, the judges. Hey, I killed all these people because they told me to. My higher command told me to go ahead and slaughter all these innocent people. These told us to starve them out. I was just doing my job. I was just following the rules. Yeah, but the thing is, you did that crime. You followed the rules. This is why I contend that cops are worse than politicians, because the politicians, they just get out a piece of paper and they write the laws. These cops right here, they put the law into action. They actually put teeth on the laws. If the cop said, no, I'm not violating my oath. I'm not going to demean and demoralize myself and dishonor my oath. I promise to protect and defend these people's freedoms from all enemies, foreign and domestic, and I'll be damned if I become a domestic enemy that I swore to protect the people from. I don't care what you damn politicians say. The sheriff's department should be doing this, but they're not. They just bow down to the politicians. They do the politicians' bidding. The politicians, yeah, they're psychopaths. They're bad. They should be in jail. I agree. But who's worse? The person who wrote, go kill that guy? Go arrest that guy if he's got a personal protection device because he's exercising his rights in the land of the free, home of the brave, or the person who actually went out and reached his hand and grabbed that guy and took his property from him and put the torture cuffs on him and kidnapped him and took him down for fingerprinting or did a body cavity search? Who's the worst person? The person who says you can do a body cavity search, or the guy who actually does the body cavity search? I contend that cops are far worse than politicians. Thanks for being a member for 21 months. Holy cow. Have a great holiday season, Brian and everybody. Thanks, Metal Mama Sue. How you doing?
So you go back on their property.
I never was on their property.
Or for the first time. I don't care. You were trespassed from being on their property.
I'm getting my twin out here, and this is not the last you've heard from me.
If you violate that, you're going to go to jail.
Well, you got to catch me first, too, just saying.
You were going to go to jail.
Yeah, but you know how fast I am? I'm wearing speed boots. Today, sir.
Congratulations.
Well, that means I'm fast.
Oh, wow. I can't stand that. Okay. No mic, no audio. Okay. So Octagon Productions says that Brian is a Trump stooge. I've never supported Trump. I don't support Kamala Harris. Name a really good, Dan Red Flag Law Crenshaw, who's a Republican, Joe Biden, because Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, you guys do understand that they work for the same team owners, right? The same banking team owners. And you can easily prove that, especially with Donald Trump. What scares me about Donald Trump is people continue to support a guy who is willing to cover up one of the biggest blackmail pedo rings that anybody has ever heard of. And they continue supporting him when this guy was bailed out in the 1990s, when he got upside down with Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. And guess who bailed him out? Rothschilds Inc. And who is the specific employee who bailed him out from Rothschilds Inc.? A guy named Wilbur Ross. And what position did Donald Trump give Wilbur Ross 25 years later when Donald Trump became president? The Commerce Secretary. So rather than fulfilling his promise to drain the swamp, he filled the swamp with more virulent swamp things. So how in the heck can I be a Trump stooge? Very interesting. Just like, it'd be like calling me an Obama stooge. History Bear says psychopaths work hard at remaining pignorant of the law because pignorance of the law is fully endorsed by the just us criminal system, just us, not justice. Thus, they retain their qualified impunity. And yeah, exactly. Qualified criminality, qualified stupidity. Sorry for that might mute. I forgot to turn it back on.
That means I'm nimble.
Sure.
Just saying. I'm just first, too. Just saying.
You were going to go to jail.
Yeah, but you know how fast I am? I'm wearing speed boots today, sir.
Congratulations.
Well, that means I'm fast.
Okay.
That means I'm nimble.
Sure.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
What is going to happen if you either disturb their peace or trespass?
I'm going to warn you what's going to happen if you try to violate my rights again. I'm going to have your ass in front of the judge, and I will be taking both your nerds' jobs, and I will be suing this whole town. It's not a good thing. Why are you proud of that? It's not good to come out and violate people's rights and throw them in jail. You just fucking tried violating my Fourth Amendment, you dunce.
Identify you.
You guys are dumb. Learn your oath, you jack-offs.
That's when they walk away. They can easily walk away because they know they've lost the argument. They know that they've been shredded from a moral high place because they're just dwelling in darkness.
Have a great evening. Thank you for your service.
Go read the Constitution, and I don't thank you for yours because you just tried violating my rights. You scumbag nerds. How dare you, the walking nerd. Hey, you need my permission to take that photograph. Yeah, you do. Screw the First Amendment, right? You need my permission. Screw the first. Hey, get out of here, you nerds. Get the hell out of here. 18P728 51208. Lexington, Nebraska, folks. Lexington. That's how you punk some nerds right there. Get the hell out of here. The double walk of nerd. How dare they? How dare those
The double walk of nerd.
cucks? This is what happens, folks, when you go up against the best in business. You tuck tail and you run the hell out of here. You make a bunch of threats and you don't do shit about it because you just met the best in business. The drive of nerd. The double drive of nerd.
And oh, no audio. What is up? All right. I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks, guys. Thanks for catching me. I'm going to wrap up this video by ending it with how I started. This right here came from Tom B of San Antonio, Texas. Screw the blue. That's the front. This right here is the back. Screw the blue. Remember, Uvalde, Sonia Massey, Karen Garner, and thousands of others like poor Daniel Shaver, who's doing his best to follow rapid fire commands of Philip Brailsford, who summarily executed him in the hallway of that La Quinta Inn. And then Philip Brailsford, Officer Philip Brailsford, goes to court and is acquitted for the outright murder of a guy who was unarmed and didn't commit a crime. That's the injustice system at work, guys. Or Johnny Wheatcroft. You remember Johnny Wheatcroft from Glendale, Arizona? It was a blinker violation. Johnny Wheatcroft wasn't even the driver of the vehicle, and the cops who pulled him over, they were sitting in a parking space. And the cop, his name was Matthew Schneider. He had previously been highlighted on the TV show Cops as one of the good guys, one of the good cops. What did Matthew Schneider end up doing? He ended up tasing Johnny Wheatcroft over 11 times, including 2 in his private parts in front of his screaming, distraught kids who have that imprinted on their brains for the rest of their lives. What does Matthew Schneider get? Officer Matthew Schneider from the Glendale, Arizona Police Department? A little slap on the wrist. And the one that really pisses me off is the Johnny Hurley one. Johnny Hurley goes out there and he essentially saves the entire Arvada Police Department, or at least the cops who were on duty that day, because there was a guy out there who was gunning for every single one of them and had already eliminated one of them before Johnny Hurley showed up. Johnny Hurley dispatches this guy. He's gone. And then he goes up to bravely, and he does this with a handgun. The guy who's gunning for the Arvada Police Department has a long rifle, an AR-15. And 3 cops are hiding in the police station because they're like, we were outgunned. All we had was our handguns. All Johnny Hurley had was a handgun. Shoots and kills the killer, attempts to disarm him. And then the scaredy cat police officers who were hiding in the department come out and shoot Johnny and kill him, shoot him in the back as he's disarming the guy who's actually gunning for the police officers. That's the one that really gets under my skin. So yeah, screw the blue. Screw the blue. The worst of the worst wears a uniform and a utility belt and a badge. And then the second thing was Jeff K from Mansford, Oklahoma sent me this custom-made officer safety starter kit. We had to open the box. We had an unboxing in the video when it started, and the box contains a baby pacifier. You know, officer safety, you got to take care of these little babies. We got some tampons. We got some callus cushions. Got to be safe. You got to be safe out there. Of course, got to have your tube of Vagisil, and one of my favorites, the baby spoon with some Gerber chicken sticks, some chicken wieners. It's all for officer safety. That's the most important thing. This is over and above the Constitution, any unalienable right, even your life. Even if it costs your life, these guys have got to go home safe at the end of the night so they can get a refreshing night's sleep, so they can get up and be the best tyrant they can be the following morning. I appreciate you guys. They will all be promoted. By the way, guys, Jeff K, if you want me to, advertise this for you, I'm not asking for any money, but if you want me to send a link so that you can make money, I think this is a great idea. I'm keeping this in my truck. If I ever get pulled over, I'm like, officer, I am all about your safety. We want to make sure that you're safe on this traffic stop. We are going to disarm ourselves for your safety. We are going to make sure that you have all the Vagisil you need to keep that private area moist for you. We're going to make sure that you have your callus pads, and don't forget about your chicken wieners, officer. Love you guys. Yeah, I like the shirt too. So Tom V, if you want me to put a link for your shirt so you can make some money or whatever, don't send me any money. I appreciate you guys. Oh, Lager Lou says they will all be promoted, my heroes. Let me just go over the donations one more time, guys. Ron Madden, thank you. Chevy, Theater of Pain. Rod Madden also gave 5 Here's the Deal memberships to people in the room today. Chad Firkins, thank you. Ripple Effect Media, Metal Mama Sue, History Bear, Morris, Ovis, turn on your mic, foo, and Luger Lau. Appreciate you guys. Remember, the price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance. And indifference to that notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. Let's stop securing our own oppression, and let's start today. I'll see you in the next live stream. Thanks for hanging out.